What's up again, everybody? I don't know about you, but I am super excited for the brand new set coming out next month, the Crucible of War. I'm looking forward to spoiler season so much, but I will be honest, I am looking forward to Blitz more than I am looking forward to the new set. That's not to say that I'm not excited for the new set, because I am, but I am so excited to play the Blitz format. I love drafting because of the slimmed down deck and the trying to work with what you've been given. I love constructed because you can kind of like build this like strongest version of this hero within the Fab universe, and I think I'm going to like Blitz the most because it is sort of a marriage between the two. Because, and I'll remind you how Blitz works, there's only 40 cards in your deck, okay? There's no sideboarding, it's not 60 cards, it's only 40 cards, so it's a little bit slimmed down. And because you're only allowed 2 copies of each unique card, so if you wanted to run Plunder Run, you can only run 2 reds, 2 blues, 2 yellows of Plunder Run. And to me, that is so exciting because it's sort of a marriage of both. It's like a mixture of the slimmed down deck version that you find in Draft or in Sealed, where you're trying to put things together to make them work the best, where it's not optimal, and it's a mixture of that 60 card, like you get to build your deck in the way that you see fit, and you get to put as much junk in there as you can slam, and you get to build a sideboard, but it's like taking both of those and smashing them together in all the best ways, which is why I'm so excited for it. And what I want to do in this video is sit down and build a Blitz deck along with you. So let's go ahead and do that. We are going to pop on over to FABDB, and we're going to build a Blitz deck. So I have a little thing open here. I named a little deck builder deck open. I named it Blitz. So I think we're going to build everyone's favorite. Let's build an Azalea deck. Let's just see. There we go. So again, you're only using, in this format, you're only using the young hero. So you only have 20 health. You're not using the 40 health hero, only 20 health. So we're gonna throw her in there. And let's go back and make sure everything is visible. Can you see? So there she is. So I am not going to worry about the equipment. I'm not even going to put the weapon in. We can assume that the weapon's going to be the Death Dealer, and we can assume that there's going to be certain levels of equipment here, but I'm not going to include those because when Crucible of War releases, we could see new weapons, new equipment, that sort of thing. So what I want to do is just build the 40 card deck portion, okay? I just want to build that portion. So let's go ahead and do that. What's a popular form of deck or archetype that we find in Ranger? Well, it's like the red thing, right? Where you just include literally all the red arrows. So let's start with that, right? Let's just go to Ranger, search. Again, we're going to skip over adding these things because we could. It would be no problem. I'm not even going to right now include any of these big things. I'm literally just going to go and grab all of the red arrows. So let's grab red headshot, 2, can't do 3. Red hamstring shot. I bet you I'm going to mess that up here. I'm going to probably press 3 on one of these. Get a Ridge Rider shot in there. Get Salvage shot, good card. Searing shot, also good card. And Sikkim shot. You can't forget Sikkim shot. Okay, and I think that should be it. Yeah, good. Okay, so that's a basis. That forms the basis of the deck. We're just going to be throwing these red arrows at our opponent. And assuming we have Death Dealer, we can do like things along with Death Dealer and Azalea's ability, her hero power, to put these into our archives. Sorry, not archives. I've been playing a lot of Keyforge. Put these into our arsenal and then fire them off, right? So that's the goal. Okay, so now what do we include alongside that? And this is why I like this format. We're at 12 cards. We're at 12 cards out of 40, so we're already like a good portion of the way there, right? Which is really cool to me. I love that. Now, let's talk about the more expensive cards, and this is another reason. I'll talk about it while I add these. This is another reason why I love this format, because if you're trying to build a constructed level deck for this hero, you would need like the legendary headpiece. You'd need like, you know, maybe you want to include these, but you would need like 3 red in the ledgers. Well, this format, you only need 2, which is nice. You may need some 3 of a kinds. I'm actually just not going to add 3 of a kind. I don't think I really want 3 of a kind personally. I don't know. Maybe we'll add it back in later. I think I do want to include Endless Arrow. We'll do 2 Endless Arrows. I think you always include Knock the Death Whistle. Add 2 of those. And then I think because we're doing the arrow thing, I think we do Rapid Fire as well. And we get 2 of those. Now, all of a sudden, If you were playing this deck, full constructed 60 card deck, you would need to buy 3 of these or just kind of cobble together through trades and purchasing like a full set of all of these. Maybe you don't need a full set of 3 of a kind because it's a little harder to use, but you would need to compile all of these cards in 3-ofs. Now all of a sudden you only need 2-ofs, which is way easier. Okay, that just makes me so happy. It's so much easier to build decks when you don't need tons. Now, I do want to include Take Aim as well. I think this card's insanely good for the hero, so we're going to include that as well. Let's see how many cards we have now. Deck. So we're at 22 cards. 22 cards, so we're halfway home. We're halfway there. That's pretty solid. I love that. I love it. Now the next question is, do we want to include, because we are halfway there, do we want to include any other forms of arrows? Do we want to include the yellow versions of any of these arrows? Like headshot, yellow headshot might be good. Yeah, we'll do yellow headshot. Do I care about yellow hamstring shot? If it hits a hero the first attack, not particularly. I think I do want yellow sick'em shot. I think I do that. Because it's just straight up go again, and that's really good. Not really crazy about that. I don't think we need any blue arrows. But again, you just immediately look, and now we're at 26 cards out of 40. That just, I don't know. It feels more impactful to me when I can do that. When I can fill more than half my deck that quickly, that easily. I know the same sort of thing would happen if you had a 60 card deck and you had 3-ofs for all of these. I get that. But it's a little bit different of a feeling when you're only building a 40 card deck. It's easier to compile, it's easier to kind of think around. You're not like including a sideboard within this, which is great. So let's talk real quick. What else do we need in this deck? I'm thinking like power card wise, other power card wise. There's like Command and Conquer. You could consider that in this deck. Oh, I guess I didn't type. Command, that's not a word. Command is not a word. You can consider Command and Conquer. Cost 2, but it's just generally solid. I mean, you're hitting for 6, and they can't block it very well. This card's insane, right? Just throw 2 of those in there. What else would we want in this deck? The other one, you could do like Enlightened Strike. Enlightened Strike seems pretty good. It's not a bad one. It costs 0. That's the reason it's so good. We'll just include 2 of those. And let's see, what other generic attacks? Because again, with Azalea here, your goal is to like just punch. I don't have a way of sorting that. Kind of a bummer. Art of War doesn't really seem that great for Azalea. Doesn't seem great. Oh, Plunder Run. Duh. Why would I not include Plunder Run? Makes a ton of sense. What else? You could consider like Life for Life, but it doesn't have Go Again unless you have less life, and there's not a lot of life to play around with in this format because you're playing with the 20 health heroes. Back Alley Breakline always seems really good, but just not quite what you'd want. Ravenous Rabble seems really good, right? Throw that in there. Maybe do the yellow too. Nah, I think I'm starting to run low on spots. Are we ever going to play defense reactions in this deck? Probably not. We just want to kill our opponent. Again, we just got to get to 20 before they get to 20. I think that's the way you just play her. Just get to 20 before they get to 20. Look at... Oh, that's interesting. I haven't seen some of these cards in a long time. Other things we would want to throw in this deck. You're never using Remembrance. There's not enough time. Potions. There's probably not enough time. What else? Maybe like a Nimbleism. Scar for a Scar. You could do that too. Hold on. Maybe you do Scar for a Scar. Nah. It doesn't feel like there's enough health in the game. Razor Reflex. That's a good little addition. Maybe that could be our only like attack reaction. 1, 2. Do I want yellow Razor Reflexes? Yeah, why not? Could give us like a Go Again effect. A red Nimbleism? Do you need both? Yeah, maybe if you're using like the Azalea Dominate effect for your arrows. Let's just throw the yellow in there too, and let's see how many cards we have. Oh, we have exactly 40. Oh my god, look at that. Nailed it. Nailed it. Do I like this though? What would I change about this? But looking at the stats, it's not too bad because we have average card cost of 1/2 of a resource. Pitch cost, we're pitching for more than that, clearly. You know, maybe we take out the red Nimbleisms so that we can run. Where is it? Red Nimbleism. Maybe you take these out. Maybe you keep the red Nimbleisms. Maybe you drop the yellow. You probably want your resources off this card too. Because if you take this the red ones out, then you can run the what is it? The yellow Razor Reflexes. Oh no, sorry. It only added one of each. Oh, look at that. That's weird. Let's go back and add the Razor Reflexes in. Bow and a bow. There you go. And then you're allowed to run. That was the weird thing. That looked weird. You're allowed to run 2 Razor Reflexes and 2 Razor Reflexes there, which is just good for when your opponent doesn't commit to a block, right? 20 health. If you can kind of sneak out these Razor Reflex kind of pumps, then you might just take their last point of damage away from them. Take their last point of health. So this is, to me, this is just so easy to build in. I don't know why. Maybe it's because you're not building the extra cards into the like the sideboard, or maybe it's because it's a 40 card deck instead of a 60 card deck. But the feeling is just different. Let me know what you think in a comment below. What do you think about building for this format? Do you think it's easier? Have you tried it yet? If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend you hop on FABDB and give it a whirl. Give it a try. It's a great tool, by the way, FABDB. And just hop on there, build a 40 card deck, show me what you got. This is basically like an archetype red Azalea deck. So you could just hop into any other hero, build a Blitz deck, and tell me how it feels to build that in comparison with building a normal constructed deck. Let me know in a comment below. If you like Fab content, if you love the game of Flesh and Blood, or if you're new to the game of Flesh and Blood and you're just checking it out, feel free to hit the little subscribe button, the little bell icon. We're trying to push, I think this past week, we reached like 1,600 subscribers. Currently, we are at 1,617 subscribers, so we are literally 3 subscribers away from our goal of 1,620. So if you want to bump us up to 1,620, you'll be the best of us. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.